Good. 27.
Yeah, I know what episode. Jesus.
You always ask every time. I have all the
what,
recordings.
What episode are we on?
28. Can we just skip weeks so that we can
Hey everyone, Masked Bandit here. This is episode 28 of Planet Hey guys, it's episode 40. We're freaking done. Deuces.
Deuces.
See you for season 2. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Hey guys, Masked Bandit here with another episode of Planet BroCoaster. This is episode number 27, and as always, I have my bro N7 Mike Elixir, whatever he's calling himself today.
Thank you for that awesome intro.
That's how I roll. How you doing?
Oh, we're already to the giggling. I'm doing great.
Then you know it's going to be
my ass off.
I know. You like? I legit asked you the other day. I saw that you were on Discord for hours, and at one point I said, "Dude, did you fall asleep with the game on?"
Yes, you did, and no, I did not.
Well, damn. I hope you don't expect that from me. So
detailing takes hours. You know this.
I know. I was doing it for Conifer. It takes a long time, but it's worth it in the end, isn't it?
We always say it's worth it.
You've taught me that it's worth the slog to get them YouTube hits.
We just worked out the math on it. To hit episode 40 would take 26 weeks.
Another 6 months of BroCoaster for you fine friends.
I don't think we're going to make it to episode 40.
No. I'm hoping the park will be done before episode 40.
Yeah.
Like
I think we'll be there.
Like
we started trimming it back so that we can.
We're in the tunnel, and like I can see a pinprick of light like miles down. Yeah. It's kind of, I'm hoping at least. So it's been a weird couple, like as far as who's done what. Because after Ruble, you got the park. Mm-hmm. But then we were kind of passing it back and forth for that first week, and then you said, gimme, and you stopped me from looking at it. But while you were working on the actual file, I went in and built some stuff off map and sent them to you. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of me, there's a lot of what you've done, and a little bit of what I've done, so it's kind of a mix today, yeah?
Yeah, there's a little bit of Ruble too, but I didn't get his shops in yet. We'll have to wait for next time to see that because they're pretty awesome. Yeah, he made us some.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we liked what he did so much. Like we love him so much. Like that. No, we actually said, hey, why don't you want to help us out some more? And he was more than willing. So he's going to make some cool stuff for us. Same thing, kind of off camera, off map, and he's going to send it to us, and we're going to put it where we want. And I know I've said this in several episodes, but I'm actually at a good place right now. Like, I'm totally cool with, I built this. Now put it where you want it. Like, I think
finally come to the conclusion.
I know, and it took that long to be able to detach myself from this is the way I want this area to look, as opposed to I want this building to look like this, and I trust you to make the area look the way it should. So
see, we're building trust on BroCoaster.
BroCoaster
only took 27 episodes. We're not at the 28th yet. Just keep skipping episodes until we get to 40.
Like I said, episode 40, deuces.
All right, are we ready to look at this park now?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
All right. You know, these are always weird.
Button.
These just, what? Did you open
the wrong button?
You're a jackalope.
I'm opening Jubilee Gardens, I think.
Shh, we're not supposed to have that.
It's not. No, you're dumb. All right, I'm in the park.
All right, then fine. You can just remove all that. It's cool. So, where do you want me to go first?
I want you to go take a look at things. No, actually, let's just go away from the area I worked on. So you'll see we have a suspended coaster that we're looking at putting in. Ooh, until the friction update.
Oh, yes.
We have a wooden coaster back here that we will be able to switch back. Ooh, after the friction update.
That we'll be able to switch back.
Yeah, switch back from the hybrid back to like the Gnarler or something like that.
Oh, you mean the Livraisier?
Yeah, the Livraisier.
Yeah, and we'll actually be able to have it be at a decent height.
Exactly. This Woody over here is
that's brand spanking new.
It's not new, and it's probably not going to stay here, so we're just going to not look at it.
Wait, it's not new? What do you mean it's not new?
It's very old. It's like a Zippin' Pippin.
But I meant like it's new for
I
no
know.
one.
I know.
Your jokes are lame.
Wow.
And I don't even know what a Zippin' Pippin is. So
it's an old wooden coaster type. Oh. And then I also moved some stuff around because
wow, that thing crawls. By the way,
which one?
Your Zippin' Pippin.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Okay, then
it's an oldie. It's an old school coaster.
Then you did a fantastic job. Okay.
Oh my God, you're a dick.
I know. Okay, keep cocking.
And so I also moved this coaster, this Euro that used to be over in the lagoon area, and that's because drum roll.
You gotta tell me when to stop.
John created a rail museum.
Oh. Woo! Look at that.
Yeah.
So tell me what you like. This is the first time we've talked about it, like legitimately. So.
I think it's cool. So who are you using? Because these are.
It's Wings and Strings, or Strings and Wings.
We'll have it in the description.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's I don't. It's Wings and Strings or Strings and Wings. I don't.
And it's funny because I zoom back and I'm like, oh yeah, that just looks like the in-game train. And then I look and it's like, oh, that's a candy piece. Oh, that's a Christmas ornament.
You mean the one actually in the shed?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was his first one. And on his description on the workshop, he's like, yeah, it's a little rough around the edges. And I wanted to be like, yeah,
serious?
I hate you, so. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's intentional. That is a narrow gauge. I was reading all about it. That's a special narrow gauge style engine that's to a particular area, this and that particular line, and built from scratch. And I'm like, good God. And I downloaded all these other engines, and the one on the side here is the only one that doesn't dwarf every single thing in the park. And it's gorgeous. It's called the Mojave.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe I remembered that. And it's a standard gauge. Like, apparently the scenery piece track isn't oversized. It's just standard gauge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, or at least closer to. And so it actually is in, like, when you put peeps next to it, yeah, it's big, but engines are big.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's incredible. I did modify it slightly because it has all these, like, if you download it from the workshop, it has these really cool effects, steam and smoke, and the Mojave here actually has fire in the firebox, so it glows, and it's got some people in it. I took all that out because this is just supposed to be for display, so I actually dumbed it down a bit for what we're doing. And it doesn't say M&J RR. That's the Mike and John Railroad. Yeah. Oh, you can see if you look on the other side. I was stupid. That's what it really says. MNRR.
Mike and Railroad.
MNRR is on the other side. So
you're awesome.
So this is yeah. This actually houses a track ride, a kitty cat ride.
A kitty cat ride.
Another. I didn't put the golden treasures down.
Yes, you did.
Oh, then you must have then.
I didn't do that.
What? Well,
I did. That was underneath the Eurofighter. Never mind.
I certainly didn't do that.
So I wrestled with this a little bit because this was initially going to be in this sort of like campy area because I was like, sweet, it's like a historic piece. But
yeah, because that part of the park is supposed to be old.
Yeah, as I thought about it, and I was like, our park is supposed to have a pretty deep rail history, or at least it's supposed to be important.
The history of the land, we'll say.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to have it way over there. So I was like, all right, something's got to move. And I dig it. I like the more... I mean, it still needs to be built up because this was just plopped down, and I was like, all right, I'm just doing it for placement.
It'll need to be... Yeah, that wasn't quite what I had in mind for the exit, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that was just to see what it would look like with peeps, because I did a walkthrough of the park yesterday.
Oh, and actually, the way I had it, and we'll talk about this more off camera, is the entrance actually stops at the door,
okay.
so that you don't actually see people queuing for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and the queue cuts through the shed and goes into the actual museum.
Yep, I saw that.
You figured that out all by yourself?
Cool. Yeah, I figured that out all by myself.
All right, awesome.
But you can kind of see how things are shaping up now that coaster's gone. I also moved the Ferris wheel back. I moved things around.
Now I wonder, with the station there, that makes the Ferris wheel not stick out as bad.
Yeah, and also having it little cattywampus. It works really well.
Yeah, it actually, like, as you're walking up to it, because you're getting the narrow view. What's the opposite of a profile? Or would that be the profile? That would be the side view. Yeah, the profile as you're getting here. It's really small. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And then as you walk around that's pretty good. As you walk around the lake, it's like, oh, boom.
Yeah, so it becomes more of a, sorry, Sylv, weenie when you're in Queenslandia.
Speaking of weenies,
we never actually talked about that. But that is going to be a dedication shop for Sylv. It's going to be Sylv's Weenies in No Name Landia.
It's going to be a No Name Landia version.
Stupid weenie.
It's a literal weenie. But it's going to be a No Name Landia version of the building I built for the dedication series.
Mm-hmm. And his buildings are ridiculous.
Well, they are. They're intentionally big because a lot of people in the workshop kind of like that, and so that's why I built them that way. So, but it would look stupid to just plop that into our park. So it won't. Same thing with Ruble. That's something we're getting to this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, that's something we're getting to. So things have moved, things have changed, and I just wanted to kind of give you an overview on why things are not where they were last week.
Okay, so now they're seeing all the coasters that are going to be in this park -1, right?
Yes.
Cool. Granted, that wooden coaster might change, and we've got just a lift of a suspended, but...
Yes, because I'm not going to bother with a layout until I know what we have with the friction update.
Park Street, Peregrine.
This is where I spent
Peregrine Landia.
Rap ton of time.
All right, should I start at Fox Street or just go right in?
You can start at the Monkey Biz Bakery.
Monkey Biz Bakery that your mother hates.
So, yes, she hates it.
She doesn't know.
She hates the monkey. She thinks it's creepy.
Maybe that was the point. Alrighty. So
yeah, take a look around and see how it all fits together now.
Okay, it's going to be hard for me to pick out individually what's going on here, but I will say it just looks better. That's such a cop out, but it looks. Holy hell! Is that a custom Willow?
Yes.
Wow.
Description. This is a Steam workshop item. But
I thought you did.
I adjusted it for our purposes, but I will give a link in the description.
Cool. So far we've got the engines and the custom Willows. Mm-hmm. Cool. And these little planters here and curbing around the hidden treasures.
Mm-hmm. Oops, I didn't put any planting in this one.
No, but they're there. Oh, so now you were mentioning this. The bark is a candy. It's the coconut candy piece. Yes. I saw it in your Conifer Slopes video, but yeah. You first got the pink one. I was like, I hope he goes further than that. Yeah, I wasn't sure there were two. I don't know. I wasn't sure. Yeah. Frontier gave us 2 coconut pieces. Because,
it's literally a candy piece.
Don't have any bins or benches, but we got 2 coconut candy pieces.
Hey.
Sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry.
Be nice. Yeah, it's a coconut piece that you just sink into the ground, and then you can have what looks like mulch. It works well enough.
Is it more convincing with plants? Like I put it when I first put it down, I was like,
Well, you also had the wrong color. It was like black.
Yeah, that's true. It
needs to be more.
Okay, so here it is by the Willow, and in front of the Hidden Treasure sign. Mm-hmm. Same thing, mulch, and that's very yeah. I buy that. And the actual like pots, planter pots.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. And then I see a big old truck. I see my truck, what used to be my truck.
Mm-hmm.
It is now sur la rouleau.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Or on the roll.
On the roll. And see, that's a play because if you're unfamiliar, the workshop store for RubleTrillions is called Sur la Montagne, on the mountain, because he's from Colorado. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I named it that. And he's big into breakfast, apparently. So he has a little crepe truck. Mm-hmm. That's cute. Crepes, more crepes, even more crepes. Many crepes.
Many crepes.
So we've got a fudge theme for crepes going on here. I really like what you did, the exhaust fans on top. That's smart. That's smart.
And that's just hiding the awning that is cutting through the roof right now.
Oh, well, you know what? I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So how much of this did you change? Like, how much did you tinker with this?
I had to rebuild your truck entirely, unfortunately.
Oh.
So the Roach Coach is now completely deleted from the park.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
But I took your shape and your size for inspiration, and I just made it a little cuter.
I think the back could use a little more detail.
The door and everything?
Yeah, like it could use some sci-fi bits. I might try to dress it up a bit more to make it look a little bit more like a metal vehicle.
Yeah.
If you don't. Oh, I like the lattice. What the hell is that? The lattice fence work right there?
It's two fences put together.
Oh, is that all that is?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's so simple, huh?
I would never have thought of that. That's really nice.
The goal this week was to really clean this area up because this was the biggest area that was kind of like an eyesore.
Yeah, it's the oldest area that's remarkably unfinished.
Yeah, hidden treasures. I actually cleaned up your wood that didn't touch, so it now has beams that.
No, I used the wrong pieces. I used the wrong pieces. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Whatever. And then the tables and the chairs, I directly stole that from Ryan.
Like, oh yes, you did.
It's a direct steal.
But they're delicious. So
they're so awesome.
I just caught a glimpse of the car ride.
Oh, did you know?
I did. Let's go take a look over there.
So this is.
Oh, you've done
surprise.
A lot of work here too. Yeah. I didn't mean the actual ride portion. I just meant the sign.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whose letters are those?
I don't know, but they did a good job on them.
They did a really good job.
Hey, you used my font. That makes me feel special.
It's an awesome font.
Well,
I mean,
thanks.
if it sucked, I wouldn't use it, but it's awesome.
Thank you. That looks really good. Wow.
So we wanted to immortalize JP Almighty and his Peony Park in our park. And so...
Yep, our first bro visit. And not our last, but definitely our first bro visit. So
yeah.
Cool. So should I just kind of ride it, or should we just... I'm just going to walk through it. How about that?
Yeah, take a look.
Wow, look at the... Dang. So that same trick... Right? For the fencing? Wow. And
just with the smaller one.
What's with these little beams in case we need some overflow?
Yeah. Because this area ended up...
I don't think that would work.
It doesn't function.
This car ride, it gets better and better every week.
Getting so much better. And yeah, I actually attempted to do like a little horticulturist garden right here that has the little ornate iron and stuff like that and has manicured specimens. Oh. These were supposed to be peonies, but I don't have anything that's close to a peony, so.
Okay. See, you're beyond my area. I don't know diddly poo about flowers and gardens, so I will buy whatever you're going to sell me on that. So,
woo, that's awesome.
Yeah,
and then I just added more concrete pieces. I mean, each one of these, if I open this up, each one of these is a brick piece that I've sunk in the ground so that I can. Jesus. Have it as because it's necessary. Unfortunately,
to make it look like you would have to lay concrete down before you put your path down. Well, your track would be concrete.
Yeah, the track base would be concrete.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, so I went over to bridge.
Yeah, and that's pretty much where it ends right now.
Well, that's fine. We're getting there.
Still not completed, but it's getting there.
All right, so there is a new edutainment area here in the Pioneer Village, and it is the blacksmith shop. And truth be told, I was about ready to jump in and do this, and then Commando Santa threw out his Buffalo Valley where he built a blacksmith forge, and I did damn. So
God damn.
Yeah.
You did a noob.
noob. God damn. I actually went a different route with this. His really focused on the hearth and like the actual smelting, like, you know, all that stuff. Mine is all the pictures I looked at when I was researching. They were all incredibly cluttered. Mm-hmm. And the anvil was a really big deal. And so we're going to say the fire, and I put a little campfire in the back. Just for giggles.
I saw that, and I moved the tree away from the fire.
I didn't
actually
realize I
deleted
had a tree on
it before.
That's funny. But I focused more on the clutter and the anvil. Like the anvil's front and center with these little benches. And I love the guy leaning in the back. Like, I ain't doing
so awesome. Yeah. He should be smoking though.
Well, I'm not JP, so. So yeah, demonstrations daily at 2 p.m.
Yeah, this was awesome when it went in. It was kind of like initially, it's a simple structure, but then you really look inside and it's like,
there's a lot going on the inside, yeah. And
yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you. So I even did some lighting so that it wouldn't look too bad. So
all right, let's see.
Oh, you're going to jump to nighttime? Because lighting, definitely not my strength.
So the inside looks good.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I meant the inside. I didn't do anything for the outside.
So did you just add 2 lamps and call it a day?
Hey, it lit the interior, didn't it?
I wouldn't brag about that.
Why do more when what you did is what's Masked Bandit's catchphrase? Good enough. Look at that sign.
Look at that sign.
That is a bright ass sign. I like it though. I like it though.
It works when you zoom back and you're heading towards Peregrine. It's like
it draws your eye. Yeah, it draws your eye. And the other one, the gray, was it gray?
It was white.
Yeah, it didn't. So I get it. Hey, the font is still the same. The sign is still the same. Change the colors. I can live with that. I wasn't going to change
the font.
I can live with that. So
and I can't remember, was it this week too? Yeah, so the sign changed, pushed it back a little bit. Also gave it more landscaping, because this has always been kind of like a really tight, like the wall was hitting the sign, and I always hated that, so I just made a change.
It's rotated, isn't it?
It's rotated a little bit. I gave it some landscape, some room, some float.
Boy, I wouldn't have even noticed that if you hadn't said something.
That's why I said it.
I'm glad. I love the stupid gift shop Ruble built.
I do too. I hope nothing happens to it.
Nothing is going to happen to it.
If we get back into the queue here, I don't think I changed anything at the front, but I did start moving some things in the back.
Okay, so you start chatting.
So if we walk towards the Mr. kind of cattle pen, just kind of clean this up a little bit. I made it all concrete because I think it had like dirt in it too. And I was like, I ended up having to take the queue out and then flatten the land and put the queue back in. But you know, that's how I do.
Yeah, you can't make it easy on yourself.
I can never make it easy.
Apparently good enough just doesn't work for you.
It does not. I worked on the landscaping for this area too. I made it a little bit more lush, but not too...
I was going to say, it's not overpowering, but there's definitely some more, like, here, it really hides the... Oh, excuse me, it really hides the coaster.
Yeah. And then we get to the waterfall feature that Ruble so wonderfully built us, and
you crushed it.
Did with it.
And you said, F that noise, I don't want none of that in my park.
It's too fancy for our blue blood.
I get it, though. Like, immediately when we were talking about it, my mind went to X-Flight. And I don't know if... and they used to have these really cool jets as the train flew by the pond. It would go, the water effect. And we went this, and that was years ago. We went this summer. The pond is just scummed over. It's
the filter broke, and they're
it's just disgusting. Well, it was a nice feature while it lasted.
Yeah. So you have a little bit of water in here from rainwater.
If you could make that any more green.
It's bleached out from the chlorine.
Well, maybe when the spooky pack and the recolorable fog, maybe you can do something.
Maybe I could do something there. But I also did some more mature landscaping. So you see these kind of boxwoods are kind of grown in a little bit more. Really subtle. I wanted to keep things very subtle, but I still wanted to definitely have like a feature that doesn't work.
Okay, yeah, because these parks, this was built in the early 2000s, late 90s, so it's been 20 years. This coaster's been around for almost 20 years.
Wow, yeah, something's bound to break then.
15 years, 18 years. Yeah. So the foliage would grow, but the stuff would start to not work so well. Okay, exactly. And now the actual station looks...
So the station should look a little different.
But it doesn't... It's hard. Like, how do you describe it? It doesn't look different. It looks... I don't even know. Like, it's clearly Ruble Station, just... I don't even know.
To me, it has just a little bit more of a... the rough edges have been sanded down a little bit.
Okay. Like, I did notice there were a couple places where some windows were sticking out, and I don't see that anymore.
Yeah, you won't.
Wow, well that's...
I combed over this thing. And also on the inside, the big change is that I reversed the windows so that it looks at least that it's catching some light.
Yeah, that is actually someone commented on that on Shy Guys World, like immediately after this episode, the last episode was posted. Like it would look better if we did that. And yeah, we totally just doubled the piece count of our station, but
it looks so much better.
It's worth it
for the short time you're actually in the station.
For the 10 seconds, yeah.
And then I also wanted to start adding these sorts of things in where you've got your row signs. You've just got some of that.
That's cool. Those row signs are great. I feel like you've amplified the station.
In what way?
You've taken a great idea and amplified it and made Ruble's great idea even better. Like, it wasn't this was a bad idea. It was look at how great this idea is. How can I make it even better?
And that's pretty much been the pattern for all of our guests. I mean, nobody has created a bad thing.
Well, that's why they're our guests.
Yeah. We thoroughly vet our guests before they step foot in this park.
At least a 5-minute Discord conversation.
And then the other kind of big thing is that... the layout has changed a little bit too. Yeah,
I think that's wicked smart. Like Ruble was, the hard part about being a guest here is you don't want to jack. Like even though we would tell him like, nah, it's cool, do it. Like I would if I were a guest on someone else's project, I wouldn't feel comfortable touching something that wasn't mine. Right. And so he really had to shoehorn this station into this really awkward position because the lift was so close. And now you stretched it out a little bit. And actually, that really helps Ruble Station breathe a lot better and really helps it shine a lot more.
And it actually looks better from other angles, too. Because, again, with the foreshortening on the lift, if you look over towards Firestorm, or as you like to call it, Red Rover, it just looks better.
From the station?
Yeah, look towards Peregrine's lift from the Immelman on... Fire or the twist to drop, whatever. The first launch element on Firestorm.
Oh, you're making me look all the way over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
it actually looks better.
So now the exit path goes over the
yes
track. Sorry,
and that was kind of another problem of that was kind of why I had to dip it into the ground because it was so level that I either had to make the path go way underneath or way over like a bridge, and I was just like, So I met it somewhere halfway.
Oh, I think that's smart. That seems awfully realistic. Coasters do that all the time. I don't think that's a problem at all. I will say there's one thing that's kind of nagging on me.
Okay.
Your chain motor.
Yeah, I hate that.
That's awful.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's not good. And our exit's a little more complete now. Ruble did a good job setting us up for that. And we've got...
He did.
I like the signs. Exit this way. Like, well, of course, there's no other way to go.
Yeah, but people in parks, sometimes they don't know
walk in circles.
Where the exit is. Yeah.
Oh, look at these stone benches. That was Ruble, right?
No, that was me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Such a nice compliment.
I
One
know.
compliment this entire time.
I've given you one. Shut your face.
Salt. It has to be America's favorite flavoring.
So, and hopefully I'll get a decent chunk of it at the end to put my own stamp on it. So, yeah, great. So that's what's coming up, guys. Hope to see you back for episode number 28. So for Masked Bandit
and N7,
this has been Planet BroCoaster, episode 27. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
We'll see you in the tomorrow.
Adios, muchacho.